son, when he turned an adult and when we got him home, he was having withdrawals from the psychotropic meds they were giving him out there, and then just cold turkey, they sent him home with us. I mean, they don't send him home. We go out there and get him. We went and got him, and they just, because they shouldn't have had him. And the way like I said, his whole demeanor was changed, even the physical appearance from what he looked like. I mean, and just that quick, and all his labs were off and everything. And it's like they did that purposely, and they had him so over, and it's just, that's trauma to him, But I mean, he's good now because he had to get all that out of him.
The cops came to your house along with DCF agents. How come you guys are not arguing this?
They didn't. The thing is, with my son, my mother passed away, and the state should have never got involved. My aunt gave him to the state, told him they didn't know where I was, and that was a lie. And then they sent him to Texas to get him far away from me. They made it hard for me, but I got him home because
Brenda.
They had no right having my son. He was under a guardianship order between me and my mother.
You had me going bananas last weekend.
Yeah, Brenda, he was asking, remember we called down there and you were asking him about if they had the disability rights coordinator and all that stuff, and they were giving you the runaround, really. Actually, what are you talking?
They're gonna say coordinator. I don't want the coordinator.
Mm-mm.
Get used to these words.
She
Designated responsible employee.
That's it.
And I want written designation. I want to make sure you have the effective training. I want to make sure you have the credentials to do what you need to be doing.
She also asked them if they had the information available for the inmates, available for them for this type of stuff, and they couldn't even tell her that. But I know her. What did Chris say to you about that? He said there wasn't nothing back there, was there, Brenda?
Do you realize within 25 feet of walking into the building, they're supposed to have legible sign that says who your coordinator is? And again, I'll give you coordinator because when I walk to a building, that is somebody who's coordinating it. The designated responsible employee.
There is no one coordinating.
Designated responsible employee by clear law says they handle the discrimination. I am not giving my discrimination matters to a contact person. The contact person is to facilitate my needs. Once they say no, I come back with a writing saying you said no on XYZ date. Do I have that to be as a correct understanding?
Even her husband's classification with his disability and everything, they didn't even the beginning when he got there at that facility, that prison, they didn't even classify him even as disability, his disability. And even in Florida, there's a certain way.
As part of my accommodation, I would be requesting your forms, your intake forms. I would like to review for compliancy of the American Disabilities Act.
So she can request for that for him?
Absolutely. As part of
Did you hear that, Brenda?
As part of her.
That's where your answer is. That's
everything, Brenda. And again, do not let them fool you on FOIA. This is effective communication.
Yeah, because they won't let him get, her husband get nothing.
How to ensure, I am ensuring the disabled's rights and protections are in full prophylactic protections with the strictest scrutiny.
And you said what to ask for with the classification? His initial.
I want your effective training. I would like your job title and job description, because in that you'll be able to find out whether or not they have monetary control again.
And if they review it,
Because underneath the designated responsible employee, not a contact person, once discrimination has been identified to them and it's been effectively shown, they can't turn their head the other way.
That's true. But they try to.
Job, but it's by the designation of their job.
Yeah, it said they should have somebody that's designated just for that right there.
The only one that Congress can hold accountable is the designated responsible employee.
Because that is their job. They're supposed to work Monday through Friday.
Exactly.
And a full-time job. I read that and that thing.
You're hitting it. This is what these people are.
And they're supposed to know all the laws with the 88 and everything. And the
technical guidance has been given there. The policies and procedures have been put in place Brenda. This is not something we're making up. I've
Yeah.
given you your
It's just,
affirmative responsibility of towns and states. 1990, I believe
Yep.
it is. Again,
Yep.
you'll see in my complaint. You only have to use it and look up Florida's civil rights aspect of ADA, which honestly, there
they
is a gentleman down there. He's the only one that I know that's willing to go after non-compliancy.
really
So
because
there's a gentleman in Florida that is the only attorney in the country that's willing to go after non-compliancy of Florida.
really who is that?
His name Henry as well? No?
I wish, because there should be more Henry called Brenda.
That'd be easier.
It'd be make it easy if we were all Henry and Brenda.
Like within
no,
it would be interesting. We can't.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
not
Google
using
it.
an attorney
I
named
the way
Henry.
I ran into him is underneath Google, and I sat there and I did underneath ADA Title II attorneys administrative duties. Put in something like that, and again, you'll come up with an attorney. He was a gentleman, and again, he's a well-refined gentleman. I'm not putting him down, but of course, like everyone else, the first thing is they want money. Right?
You said ADA Title II attorney. Like, what did you say to look up?
ADA Title II civil rights attorney.
Civil rights.
You could try that one.
Okay. Florida.
Then after that, put in administrative duties.
That's what it was.
Florida.
Okay, so understanding disability lawyers. Let's see. Courtney Cunningham.
Brenda, what you want to do is write the DOJ and write this Florida State's Office of Civil Rights, and you want to ask them for settlement agreements underneath the ADA or findings of wrongdoing underneath the ADA Title II, Title III. But you might as well grab Title I because you might catch something good in there. Again, Title II allows me to jump to Title I, to Title III, to Title IV, to Title V, Title VII. Where do you guys want to go with this? Title IX, any Indian Welfare Act, anything that brings the disabled greater protections.
I'll show you what, what a fake. They're trying to put it on my daughter, which that's my oldest daughter.
Who cares? That means as long as they design a program that's appropriate. They don't get people today. Oh, I don't want them calling me disabled. Well, they've already called you disabled.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
She don't even know. She didn't even know it's my
again. Some people don't. They go through life their whole life not even knowing they have disabilities.
Right.
Well, this is someone using it to, like a family member using it to their advantage.
Let it be all the way from OCD to again, I think my neighbor was nuts. She would get up at 4:00 in the morning and clean her house. Mm-hmm. You'd see a piece of dust. She would freak out. And again, it's what makes us human. That's what's beautiful about you, and everyone else on the list. We're all different. If we were all robots, we'd be done. What is she trying to show us?
Support 4D.
You know what that is? That's child support for me that they're trying to come after, that went from non-TANF to support 4D, and I have no idea why. It's because I can tell you right now, and that's my daughter. That's not even in, they're still coming after me for that. And it's like $40,000.
So $10 a week. So you get into court and you can prove that this was fraud.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't even signed an order like that because I'm the one that opened up child support on myself when I had to graduate this drug court program, and I've been paid up and everything, but I don't support 4D. That's not even. She's not even ever been in foster care or anything. Like she was with.
You hear my first show with the young lady about the pot, and I use pot as a prime example.
Yeah.
Again, this is what we're talking about. Refute the medical. You have to refute the medical. So when you go down there to make your complaints about what your son's needs are and your husband's needs, then you have the medical documentation. And again, how did the intake forms not include it?
Right.
How can you not in somebody's medical problem?
And that is true. Did you hear that, Brenda? How the intake forms not have it on there? So like with Chris's, his intake forms, you got to make sure it's documented there. If it's not, why in the hell didn't they? And so that maybe that's why he's not getting this, and this, and they just.
That's the thing is, like I pointed
it's
out,
all got to be documented.
Even though what the judge sentenced him to at this, sentencing, then once we got the paperwork to that, it didn't add up because it wasn't checked off that he should be in a facility to help him with his.
They're totally looking past his disabilities.
Well, again, in my opinion, you said two different things going on. Right now, I want to protect your child in the institution. If you want to go back and look, and this is what I was trying to convince Gunnar in saying, look, if somebody perceived you as disability and they didn't give you your procedural safeguard, they didn't tell you can ask for modifications and what modifications apply for your particular disability, have they approved? I'm not an employee. I don't tell you what my disability is. I don't come up with.
So you don't have to tell them.
I don't know what you have for federal funding. I don't know who you have for hired skilled people who have been effectively trained. Do you want effectively? These are key words.
Trained. Effectively. That's the
thing, and it makes me think of my daughter too, because she has autism, and then they put her in a foster placement that was supposed to help her with what she needed help with, because she can't comb her hair, and do this basic hygiene. And supposedly this lady was supposed to be giving her all that. Well, come to find out, my daughter was being abused in these deplorable conditions, and to me it doesn't make sense that the Department of Children and Families, they're responsible for that.
Absolutely. And this is where your IDA law comes in, and I hope Punisher's still listening.
You say IDA.
You got an effective goal right there that you want to have her at 90% of the time capable of brushing her hair. Why isn't DCF, while the child's in that custody, giving them the appropriate goals of program services and activities? How are they measuring the goals? How are they achieving the goals? What are the even come up with
are those supposed to be done monthly?
It's called a parent planning meeting. Who's come up with those ideas of goals? I'm still the parent. I haven't been terminated.
Right.
That wasn't my input taken. When are you going to start cross-training me? Because any tool you use in the school, it's supposed to carry over to home life. And I believe it's not home life. I think it's community setting.
It's community setting. My son.
Setting. Yep. So again, if these guys are reunifying you guys and putting you back with your children or whatever, again, or I used an example last week. You can't make a bed competent enough for me. Wait a minute. I thought there's a new study out that says you want your bed open so as you sweat all night, that sweat gets to evaporate out of your sheets during the day, and you're not crawling into some mold infested.
Yeah.
Right?
You're right.
Again, you wake up in the morning. I never understood that, making your beds. I never understood it.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a jeweler. I'll be the first one.
It's got to air out like this.
When I sleep and I snore and does that make me a bad parent?
No.
Again, how does that? Where's the harm? I snore, not him. And there's a more than likely, and he is now that he's 21. He's got the mild snore.
My son.
When I say I can snore, ladies, I can take the foundation right off. Come on, people like, what the hell's wrong? You need. I've tried CPAP because I can't do it.
Oh.
So you got
my mom was.
Year-old, Henry?
Excuse me?
You have a 21-year-old?
Yeah, I have a 21-year-old boy, and I'm fighting with the Department of Developmental Services. It's been ongoing. They want to wrap.
That's how old my daughter is too, and they terminated my rights back in the beginning of 2019. My rights were terminated.
Took your kid back.
It was 2018.
Yeah, it was 2018.
By 2019, I was trying to
fed up with their shit.
Try to. We watched the video earlier, and they mentioned how Washington and 13 other states, and this is my idea, is to see how they overturned it, and if the ADA was used at all. because if the program, services, and activities weren't given to you, you weren't given a procedural safeguard that you had ADA rights.
Wasn't informed at all.
Did you ever sign off on any procedural safeguards? Hell no. If they have to give it in school, why ain't they giving it in DCF program, services, and activities?
Yeah, my daughter, they said that she was supposed to be getting speech therapy. Well, it wasn't until I went to see her after my rights were terminated, come to find out, she's like, Mom, I've been waiting for you. Henry doesn't know all that whole story, but I tried to take her back to my son, who was already approved and certified to adopt his siblings. She'd reported sexual assault, everything. So in my mind, I wanted to get her back to Louisiana. That's where we were living then. And of course, they arrested me. Didn't feel the same way. But the thing is that because of that case, I found out, okay, well, the teacher, the bus driver, the neuro psychologist, they all were aware of the abuse that was going on with my daughter. So,
but they didn't report it or nothing. They didn't say anything.
Right. Well, I mean, they're reporting it in their evaluation, but did anybody do anything about it? No.
Again, you'd be dealing with one, mandated reporters,
right.
Two, mandated reporters that have to give prophylactic protections, and three
they
have to have effective communication and be effectively trained. They're not.
They're not. They're just.
So again, it was fraud of services under Title 4 funding that these people used underneath the 504 plan, 73 Rehabilitation Act. You don't have to go no further. Sign it in a goddamn crayon.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
I wish we have a teacher that comes by every now and then in the audience, and I wish he would come by and talk to you, because I bet you he would learn a lot from you, Henry, because he's
not a hero, guys. I just dug in, and again, I had a teacher, and again, we all have it. And I'm only passing on what's been passed to me.
Right. They're sharing the knowledge.
Without you using this, because we don't have to talk like Gunner. We don't have to. I respect this guy. I want to be in his shoes. You guys don't understand. Because I'm playing the constitutional fact. If Congress came along, because of the ongoing history, and they can prove the Constitution was to never include the disabled community back then. Yes. Disabilities were a lot less. Yes, we know from the writings of the Bibles. We know from the writings even of Egyptian times.
It's way less.
Down syndromes and genetical passed down traits were more common. Now we're seeing is more of a neurological problem. And I agree with him. Look at the Amish study. Look at the monkey study. Go to ageofautism.com. Pull down any study you want. That's going to be factual study.
Well, like my
hands doctors. And again, I'd be looking at any kid that's in the care. And again, I'd be asking them, again, I ask for CAM therapies, complementary alternative medicine. That means basically I want to treat my son with vitamins, strip him of the wheat, strip him of the soy, strip him of the milk, and see where I'm at for base data now. And that's really what did it. Yes, it was hard to break the yeast connection. Yes,
gluten and all that.
Give him nystatin. Yes, we had to use chelation to get rid of the heavy metals and detoxify him.
Like that yellow
clock. Done. Once we set the clock, the kids stop suffering and go. And it's not a cure, guys. I'm not telling you. Just like any idiot that thinks we're going to get reform and we're all going to get our kids back and we're all going to get millions of dollars for the damages done. I'm sorry. They're going to remedy this as quiet as possible. And it'll be one or two people. And God bless if it is Gunner. Do you see what I'm saying? If he gets the bless and he brings me change, I'll even kick in an extra $5 because now I can go back to a normal life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. But
we all want the same thing. Being normal.
Right. We want the kids to stop being picked on. The kids.
The next generation.
That's America's future. That's the future.
Absolutely.
The future is
president.
And what do we want for our kids? Nothing but the best. Nothing but a stable life, a happy future, a bright future. And they're absolutely just like trying to take that from them. from them. It's like I mean, it's all in power and all about greed, and you know, fuck the money. You know what I mean? Sorry, pardon my French, but that's how
it is. It's not about money, dude. The damage, you can't give me enough money to damage my child.
No. They can't.
And again, there's not enough money in the world for it. And again, you know,
and no money's gonna
again,
fix
you guys
that.
didn't hear in the beginning. I belong to a couple of groups. Brenda, you want to come back and you want to watch the video? There is change happening.
Mm-hmm.
I happened last Thursday. I belong to a few groups, and again, one is, and again, Darren, you never gave me permission, because that's why I started jumping in on you guys. You, Hunter, I always want to say Hunter because there's a Gunner I know. His name is Gunner, right? Or Hunter. Yeah. And again,
there's a Hunter.
G.I. Joe too, but this Gunner's got it beat because he's a Sparky, and plumbers and Sparkies never get along together on the job.
Right. He's electrician, yeah. Electrician and plumbers, that's right. I can vouch for that.
Really good war.
Yeah, exactly. Plumbers against electricians, that it doesn't match, does it? There's a plumber right here. There's a plumber. He said plumbers and electricians are not. I said, right, they don't. You drill right through your pipe and mess it up.
I did not know you just throw the wire through a tip pipe.
Do what?
That's just being an asshole.
He said that's now if they do that, that's just being a butthole. But that's the whole point. Plumbers and electric Sparkies don't get along. That's not a good
and I had to correct him. He's like, yeah, shit flows downhill, hot stuff. I can pump it up and I can make it reverse.
Now see, Chris Brayton's in the chat, and now she is a mother that has disabilities, and they, I mean, she's done everything, and she's jumped through every hoop they've asked for, and
we're going to do that to you.
She has a disability.
That's when you scream. That's when you scream that this is discrimination, like the American Disabilities Act. I want to know who your designated responsible employee is. 28 CFR 35.107. Can't pound them numbers hard enough in your head.
You know what, Brenda? I don't know why the hell we didn't think of that to tell
28
about this.
CFR 35.107. Anything below that person cannot show me compliance.
Chris, you hear this? Chris, write that down.
Yeah, that's why Chris came in. I sent her the link.
She was working. I mean, it was looking like it was looking up, and everything was working out, and she was having her visits, and they were talking good about her, and it was getting close. Like she was supposed to get her son home,
right?
And then all of a sudden,
she was measurable goals. She was meeting the measurable goals.
Yeah, she met all of it. And then all of a sudden, they just switch up.
The crap of their superiority over somebody with a disability.
Yeah. And then they won't tell her nothing. They took him, and they totally kept her silent and kept her out of the loop of everything for a good while, like they did me with my son at first, and he was sent out to text.
Hold on a minute. Darren asked us a question. Whatever you want to do. I just need a cigarette break because you guys are getting to me.
Look, I'll make somebody's blood pressure go up. I make my own blood pressure go up.
You know what you're getting into with me, Brenda, here.
I just want to include you in the conversations because I'm telling you, these are the simple writings you have to do in the simple way you can do it. Use simple language. You don't want to you want to make them prove their compliancy. They will worm and squirm, and you will be using words like seeing how this is published information and should be readily accessible to you. Either identify the location of publication or provide it to me within 48 to 64 hours. I will give you maximum 10 days to produce it. Why? Because most requests you see across the country are 10 to 15 days, which I think is unconstitutional. Because if I decide I want to walk into a courthouse today, they better be ready for effective training.
Hey guys, I got a special report that I've got to do right now. So why don't we take a break and then we'll come back, we'll bring you back Brenda, and then why don't you guys have your panel on there? What do you think of that, Brenda?
Oh
yeah, do it up, man. If you want to keep going for a little while, I'll keep going.
Let me just get do this special.
I want to. Now you got me freaking out.
I'm just looking at your chat, the private chat.
We come back and see watch the show definitely because she would.
Hey, do I use the same link? Are you going to kick us out or?
They'll send you another link probably right
We'll
now.
go to Brenda's. We want to send him Brenda's link.
Which one?
You want to send him Brenda's link?
Okay.
DVD.
Okay.
So everybody, stay tuned. I got a special report coming up right now, and then after that, I'll be bringing back Brenda with the same panel. It's going to be a good packed up night, guys. So pop some popcorn, grab a drink, and let's
Yeah.
Join us.
Saturday night. What else you got to
go
do?
get my medical marijuana. I just walked in the door and I'm on here.
I knew she's like, I knew that phone call was coming. Darren, am I going to start my show, Darren? I can hear Brenda now. I was waiting for it. She's been waiting for Saturday, let me tell you. Henry.
Pictures of my child. It breaks my heart we lost her so young. We missed all the tender times, can't be redone. Please God, stop the pain. This is no fun. I know that God has the plan. I don't understand who I am. I do know I have the faith to pray to God from any place. Please God, make this pain end. It's a nightmare that should have never been. My faith in you is guiding my way. Excuse me, God, I have to say, give me back my baby, I'm not playing around. She's a piece of my life. I'll do anything for you now.